Hazard. Knocks it into space. It's a good foot in there. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. And there's green grass ahead of him. It's Luis Suarez! Now, that's another chance! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
Yeah, he came away empty-handed in the end, but it was wonderful movement.
And it's Hazard. Nice bit of skill, and he's away. And he's picked it up out wide. Sweet header! Oh, not the best of headers.
Yeah, I think that miss is going to give him nightmares for a while.
Sade. It's not gone well.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. That's going wide left. And now they can clear their lines. Now it's Roberto Carlos. Roberto Carlos. That has been knocked clear.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Barcelona needed that. They really needed it.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
And time is up. So we finish as we started. Try as they might, neither was able to break through. Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, a decent draw, Peter, with a good mix of action and plenty of talking points, and it ended with the right result, in my opinion.
Many thanks to Jim, and with that, it is a...
taraftar var. Hem de gol ve hemen gol.
So bring it on. Hike expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. There's the whistle. So, Jim, tell me this. Who are you looking for in particular here?
I'd say Petr. I'm trying to come up with a flaw in his game, and I can't. Dependable and strong in every aspect of a goalkeeper's job, and he breeds confidence for his defence.
I'm thinking the same. He will be a central feature, no doubt. And here's Neymar.
They want to make the most of this turnover.
Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Cruyff. And it's Neymar. Passing nice and neat. Great ball, and there's the shot! There it is! And the trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Arsenal finding themselves unexpectedly behind. The pass is intercepted. Belletti.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Mateus can so cleverly bypass the press. Elise, and that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Eto. No foul, says the referee. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Wriggles his way through. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Mateus.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Ronaldinho. And here's Suarez. Luis Suarez! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Bastoni kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily.
Huh.
That's a good run he's making there. Some good work on the right flank here. And the keeper beats it away.
Okay, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
Ronaldinho for Elise. And it's Belletti. Well, we expected better, and so did he. Oh, no, that was never going to make it. And it's Sané. Mateus. And he's in on goal. Real chance! Oh, that is a fair try. And it's half-time. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here. Arsenal coming in at half-time on the wrong end of a 1-0 scoreline.
Well, for me, Peter, things have never really got going, but at least this will be a good time to reflect and regroup. I can see a few changes coming, because whatever they've been doing, it just hasn't gelled.
Well, that is the first half done, and we are ready for what follows in a second. So right back into the action.
Arsenal can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
That's been cut out, well played. Passing is crisp and sharp. Eto, with his sights permanently trained on that bottom corner. And here's Eto. And a chance! Well, now it's a race for the ball. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through.
पास भी कर रहे हैं पास से भूल कर नहीं
Cruyff. Oh, that's takes a shot. It's run loose. Who's going to get there? So, Jim, what are you thinking?
We've not seen much from this
अरे
team as a
माँ
whole, Peter.
वन तो
Okay,
तो
it's
बाजी न
largely
कर दो
due to the way their opponents have approached it, but they can up their game considerably, and I mean considerably.
Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it. Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropped back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack. That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
And it's Ronaldinho. Luis Suarez. And he's quick to return it.
Arsenal really are showing all the necessary...
Oh, they could be caught out here. Oh, he's on Neymar! Oh, it's hit the post.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Now it's Luis Suarez. That's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Now, can they get him away? It's a goal kick. And he's intervened well there. Now it's Neymar. And here's Cruyff. And he's had it nicked away.
Omiya Ardija really wanted that two-goal cushion, but it wasn't to be. Still, they should be able to see it out from here.
Oh, nicely intercepted. And that's that. Well, that was tense. The two parties separated by the game's only really meaningful moment. Intriguing for the neutrals, unbearable, sometimes unwatchable for those with a vested interest.
I'm afraid to tell you that
Your
we were
final
expecting
thoughts, Jim?
traffic
What
to
a
be heavy after
frustration,
the final
Peter.
whistle today.
Even after the goal, no real...
So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable.
Arsenal against Arsenal.
Well, there is here a great sense of expectation. As to universal contentment, the Emirates embraces Arsenal once more. So we're up and running. Well, here's your hero, goal scorer, match winner, saviour, all in one. Lionel Messi is indeed one of a kind, and history shows that he is all of those things and so much more.
Yeah, and we can testify to that, having covered quite a few of those games where he showed the very best qualities.
And time after time, it is a tale of the extraordinary, and we've come to expect the extraordinary from him.
We have.
They've won a corner. Arsenal with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. They've played it short. This is Dembele. Oh, well played. He needed to get that right. Arsenal have their second corner now. Bastoni clears it away. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Dani Olmo. Dani Olmo going face to face with his great rival. And here's Messi. Good ball, good take. Mbappe! Oh, it's hit the post. Oh, that wasn't the worst effort in the world.
And not just close, agonisingly close.
Taken back almost at once. Dani Olmo does really well to win the ball there. So much. Can he finish? Goal! Arsenal! Arsenal take the lead. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Arsenal have broken through. It's 1-0.
Well, that gives them the privilege to control the tempo of the game. It's up to them to manage it from here now.
Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Oh, shooting chance! Oh, good finish. They're level in a trice.
Well, going behind has simply triggered a collective determination to hit back, and they merit nothing less.
We're looking at a different game now.
Well, there's resilience for you, Peter. As a side, they never lost focus despite the setback, and this is thoroughly merited. For me, now they can go one better, possibly.
Kachu! And that is wildly off target.
Look, we've all been...
Oh, terrible miss. Goes for a shot! Goal! Arsenal! And the comeback is complete. Oh, a horrible error, and he has nowhere to hide.
I think the defence really need to wake up here, Peter. They really shouldn't be getting caught out like that.
Arsenal have their lead.
I think there's been a greater menace to everything they've been doing during this spell, one that they hope will continue.
Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Olise. Mateus. Great vision. Shot could be on. He has found a way through. So, third corner of the game. Arsenal could be danger here. Sane did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Dani Olmo. It's Roberto Carlos. And it's Scholes.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
Olise. It's a pretty loose pass. Looking to play him in. So, a temporary halt to the action. Arsenal have done it in good style. Forced to come from behind, they find themselves in front at half-time, which is, for them,
Please
more or
join
less
me in
ideal.
wishing all the best for members of
And
our
we are
fan
up
club
to the break.
celebrating their
Well, I
wedding
can tell you it's
anniversary
been an
today.
absolutely fantastic watch, Peter. I wish I could come here every week. It's been wonderfully open, wonderfully tense, and beautifully unpredictable now.
Arsenal are leading 2-1, but things are very much in the balance here.
Substitution for Arsenal. Number 22, Dani Olmo.
Gets us going
Number
once more.
13, Messi. Coming on the field.
Bastoni
Number
always on the
19,
lookout for any
Patrick.
signs of danger.
Number 26,
Sané.
Havertz.
Kukçu. Mateus has created 1 goal already. And it's Sané. Knocks it out wide. Can he get on the end of this? And it's Scholes. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Scholes really struggling to influence the game.
He needs a minder, and one of his teammates should be picking up on that, and quickly.
Now it's Olise.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Spread neatly. Space for him to turn and look. And he's whipped it across. Well, clearly he didn't mean it that way, and he is as disappointed as anyone.
Oh, what a dampener that was, just when we were hoping he'd turn up the heat.
The attendance for this match was 62,005.
Pedri threads one in. No, not quite on the same wavelength.
Arsenal really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
And here's Scholes. Rijkaard. He's going to be disappointed with that. Sané, of course, a dribbler of outlandish ability. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
He's in a great now, Mbappe. Mbappe finds himself offside.
Substitution for Arsenal, number 14.
So changes afoot here, and
Number
from both
7,
sides.
Mbappe. Number 11, Scholes.
Roberto
Coming
Carlos.
on the field, number 18,
Pedri.
Eto'o.
And
Number
here's
4,
Eto'o.
Fernando Torres. Number 9.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Substitution.
And here's Stojkovic.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
Whistle's gone, that's a foul. It's a good 30, 35 yards out, this.
It was a sterling effort, and at least he kept it on target. And it was worth a go.
Davids. 5 minutes left on the clock. And here's Torres.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And he's quick to snatch it back. Arsenal can breathe again, just.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
And that will be it. Arsenal have been forced to do it the hard way, but they have pulled themselves through unwavering. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable.
Arsenal against Barcelona.
Well, there is here a great sense of expectation. As to universal contentment, the Emirates embraces Arsenal once more. There's the whistle, and here we go.
We're in the presence of goalkeeping greatness, a man with total command of his defence.
I say I wouldn't fancy going eyeball to eyeball with him. No. Count! What a
Thank
wonderful
you.
goal!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
And that is a goal worthy of universal appreciation. Even the opposing fans have to recognise the quality there.
Oh, what a hit, Peter, and there was nothing lucky about it, let me tell you. It was measured, it was simply
शाबाश
inch
सेम
perfect.
बिल्कुल
So, a breakthrough already. Tries to play it through. Pass is just off target. Arsenal with a chance to counter-attack now. Mateus. Well read, and the danger is averted. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Arsenal clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Spread out to the left. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Quarter of an hour played. No, not quite on the same wavelength.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Sané. Goes for the shot! And he's lifted it over.
I thought it was a really good break. No shortage of pace nor intensity. Exactly what's required when on the counter-attack.
Vieri was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. And it's Kukçu. He might be in here! And here's Alvarez. It's run loose here. Threads one in. It's a promising position. Referee's had a good look and given a corner.
Allah
And we have our very first corner. And now a sudden chance to counter. Getting on for a third of the way through the game. Can he get on the end of this? Driven in. Neuer claims it. Safe hands. That has not gone well. Alvarez. And it's come back to the keeper.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
And that's been won straight back. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Kukçu is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. Well, that looks a decent ball. It's Vieri! Oh, split-second reaction.
Vieri really must be thinking what he has to do to score there. That's just playing it safe and simple.
And the ball's come loose here. Stood up well to him there. Szoboszlai plays it in. Batistuta finds himself offside.
Two added minutes has been indicated.
Couch aims beyond the defence. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. And the whistle goes for half-time. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here. Arsenal
I'd like to
finding
draw your
themselves
attention to the
behind
screen
by
for
just
some
one goal at
information
the break.
on our shuttle bus service.
Yeah, you don't get any points for stating the obvious, Peter, but thankfully this is still very savable. Keep things simple, keep the intensity high, and hope for an early goal. If that happens, it's a game changer.
So that's it for the first half, and everyone takes a well-earned rest.
হুম কি হ্যাঁ अरे तुरा सेटिंग इन चेंज करत जाय ये सेटिंग करते होना होगी
Substitution for Arsenal, number 19, Alvarez. Coming on the field is number 7, El Hadj Diouf.
नहीं गुरगुम ना कहीं गुरगुम और गुरगुम सेटिंग लेकिन चेंज कर चले गए अच्छा
The second period is underway.
Arsenal really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Mateus. Soboslai cuts out the pass. Chouameni kept his eye on it, and he's there. Arsenal come out of the tunnel having undergone a change at half-time.
Well, I'm assuming that this is going to end up as a tactical
अरे वो
change, Peter.
सामने पास दे दी
Nice
सामने
looking
सामने
ball. No way through there. And it's capped. Well, there's your danger man, a title that is entirely justified. Arsenal still this single goal behind. Barcelona appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
Elise, your impression so far, Jim?
We've not seen much from this team as a whole, Peter. Okay, that's largely due to the way their opponents have approached it, but they can up their game considerably, and I mean considerably.
Howson promptly onto that, and that is that. And this is Vieri. Bastoni. Arsenal still have the cards to affect this game.
Barcelona are totally dominant in the middle of the park, a no-way through zone.
Sane. Roberto Carlos. That has been cut short. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Elise. And it's Kukçu. Pinches it off him.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
And there's green grass ahead of him. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Out for a throw. Bastoni gets over and intercepts. Played out to the left flank. Now, can they get him away?
This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
And he welcomes it in.
अरे
Now it's Batistuta. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Well, that was tense. The two parties separated by the game's only really meaningful moment. Intriguing
কি
for the
করতে
neutrals,
জোড়ো বিসিবের
unbearable, sometimes unwatchable
অ্যাঙ্গেল
for
করতে
those
দিবের
with a
We
vested
come to you
interest.
now with a quick request for support.
How would you
for our
summarise what
World
we've seen
Charity
today then,
Fund.
Jim?
What a frustration, Peter. Even after the goal, no real change in approach. That's about as inept as they come, and it's no surprise there are many in the stands that are making their feelings pretty clear.
So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his
এটা
wisdom
বিটিভি
and
চেঞ্জ
to
করে
wish
না
you
পারে কিছু
all a very good evening.
পুলিশ স্ট্রিমে বে ইয়া 3 বার দুইবার অফ গরম করে রাখতেন